to my own videos, and hopefully I can find us so that we can do some painting together, which will be very fun. Um, yeah, and I am going to try to do some, let's see here. All right, it's not letting me in. I want to be in there. Let's close out here and see what happens. I want to do some character drawing, face character portraits for some of my Western novels. I write historical Christian fiction romance, and I want to draw cowboys. It won't be full bodies like these. It'll be like the faces of these guys, and where they have lots of contrast and color and all kinds of interest. That's what we're doing. But it's actually for my story in progress. I have 5 bad guys, and I want to be able to catch them in the same, put it up and give myself a chance to, what do I want to do? I want to be able to remember who's who, because I got to get these guys coming and going. They're pretty good bad guys. So, all right, let's see if this is going to do it. Okay, yep, we're in. All right. So I'm watching, and I'm sure there'll be people who pop in, but this is what we're doing. So I'm using that book, and I'm using this one because I've got to catch actual bad guys, and I want to get some of the texture. This is an actual outlaw Gunfighters of the Wild West book, and it helps with the like, it's crazy, like these faces, these guys. This book has like dead people in it too, so it's kind of creepy, but we want to catch some of this stuff as exact as I can. And so I pre-drew some, and it was really fun. It was really fun, very fun. Pre-draw them, give myself a chance at getting some of the faces to, in the right, what do they call that? Proportions, which this is what it looks like. It looks terrible. So let's see if we can improve this with some color. I'm okay if my pencils show through, but I don't think they will because I get kind of layery. I'm a mixed media, so we will be using watercolor and gouache and maybe a little acrylic, definitely some inks. We're gonna have fun. So that's the goal. And yeah, so we're gonna get going on that. I should probably get my first layers going because I usually use one of these little guys to help me dry the painting out. But we're gonna get going on it. So cowboy men it is, and there's our bad guys. These are all shoot 'em up bad guys. So they fit my story, and I don't know if you can see it, but do you see above the TV? Do you see the square up above the TV? How it has like pictures and stuff up there? It's like storyboards for my novels, and I often will put storyboard stuff up there. And I wanted to show this, even though there's not really anyone in here yet. I made this little book lit out of the top sheet of this. This is one of those bricks where it's the watercolor, it's like sealed on the edges so it doesn't warp. That's what we're going to use tonight. And but I use the top page because it has all this little writing on it. I actually used it and turned it into a book, and I'm going to mix media in there. And so far I've done the cover, and I did a bird, like a cute little bird. So just a little abstract. I haven't decided yet if I want to be an abstract artist or not. And then the other thing is when I was thrifting the other day, I found this little cutie, and I'm pretty sure it's just like a note card for memorization and stuff. But I started to make little quick sketches in here, and I'm going to fill up this with quick sketches too. Why not? It's being really fun to do, and I am definitely logging my 10,000 hours or whatever they say. For writing, it's 10,000 hours. I think for painting, it's like 10,000 paintings. And so it's just plants, but it's abstract, kind of neat. I just like the size. This is actually pretty fun. And this one's just prepped, and the paper feels a little bit slickery. Is that a word? So those are happening, and I might have to show those again if somebody actually makes it in here with me. And this is a little tiny Tothios. Is that what it says on the back there? Anyways, this came with the little clip that has the magnetic thing, and I've been using it The paints that came with it were too cheap, so I have to upgrade the paints and maybe even put some gouache in there. But I decorate the cover. This is my daughter-in-law and her husband. My daughter and my son-in-law. Wrong way around. And I've been making this one a gratitude, like a bullet point gratitude journal. And so we've been adding so there's like a miniature flip through, and it's been really a joy. This is one of those things that I can attribute to calming the nervous system. So I haven't written this one in yet, but yeah, they're definitely just quick. And still, like I said, like this is totally abstract. For whatever reason, that makes me happy. So I'm just going to write over the top of it and leave it. And we'll go from there. And my end game is to get really good at faces. And I am not good. So what we do tonight comes with that caveat that I am a learning student. Um, and so be it. Like this was, this is awkward, but this was literally less than 5 minutes. And this girl was sitting in a window with the tree outside. You can see I did the arch too short the first time. Then I tried to catch her, and she looks a little mongoloid, monkey-esque, whatever you want to say. That's proper. But the part that was fun is I was looking at this fashion that magazine came for one of my daughters, and that was like, it's been a great inspiration for faces. It's got a lot of these art portraits, and I thought somebody might like that idea. Oops, ring the bell. And then I'm gonna go over here. Then over there, one of the things I might come on and do sometime is bookmarks. So when I sell my books, my novels from my own my own bookstore, I will put these painted bookmarks in as kind of a thank you gift. And I actually need to do it again. I need to make some more. I don't want to paint on demand. If I run out, I would want to give them to him. Like a little nest. So this is what we're kind of gonna do at some point. We might make some more of these, which I find these to be really resting and relaxing too. And they're definitely mixed media. We definitely go for it. And because they're so small, I kind of gain ground on my painting voice, which I'm still not very good at. Like I don't know what kind of artist I want to be. I just know I want to do it, and I want to do it for a long enough time that it makes sense to get good at it. Um, my motto these days is to use your supplies. So from me to you, use your supplies. Okay, so here we go. The last few times I've been on live, I've had quite a few people, and I don't this time. So if somebody pops in, they'll have to say something, which is okay. I'm actually appreciating what I've learned about myself doing these YouTubes. So we will take that on. So we're going to start. Let's start by just getting some back, getting something on the paper to get a wash. So I have these guys' names sketched in here, and that's on purpose too, so that I can start to tell these guys apart in my story, let alone, and I don't know how this paper is for me. I haven't used it yet, so I don't really know. I know that yeah, I know it's supposed to be quality and more expensive, like hot press something something, all those doodads they quote off. But I don't know what they are yet. I haven't figured all that stuff out. I definitely know there's some papers that I feel like I like more than others, but even that is so at the beginning, it feels slightly untrustworthy to me. So we're going to just I think for sanctuary in my painting, I'm going to assume that the light is going to be coming from this side over. So I'm going to actually indicate that to myself by a yellowy streak over here. And so that means my highlights will be on that side, right? Like this guy's actually kind of bald. So this guy's bald, and I have never painted mustaches before, so that'll be interesting too. I do have a little bit of gouache over here. I'll get in there and get some faces done. I am remember this is new, but I do know that I like to move paint around over a background more than I like to be on a blank slate. So it helps right out of the gate if I do that. So this one's a little different. And yeah, so this will be fun for my wall. I'm looking forward to having this up there. So I was working on my story today and I kept having to look back and see who was who. So I made myself this sheet of which each 5 guys is characterized and by what look they have. And it's a little bit harder to catch the look inside of a face only. But I think that I actually might even add a little bit of this description to them. Okay, let's get some mustaches. And this guy's, he's hairy all the way down. He's got a flowy beard all the way up to the sides of his face. I should probably make his hat different color then, huh? This started with his hat. Yeah, so I haven't done mustaches yet. I haven't done beards at all. That's how I knew I am to portraiture. So we are getting started here. I should probably lower this. Here, hang on. Yeah, so here we go. Hello there. I see someone's on there. I am drawing 5 faces and we're going for cowboy gunfighters because I'm a novelist and I have a book that I'm writing right now that has 5 bad guys and I'm making this as a storyboard for my characters so that I can get in here and tell them apart at quick reference. This kind of stuff actually helps me. So and I was saying that I haven't really drawn mustaches and beards yet. And these characters definitely got their cowboy mustache and beards going on. And I'm new and I'm learning. I'm making it a public learning. That's kind of part of my fun. And I'm okay with that too. So, I don't know. This guy is a little bit, he's boldy. Yeah, so we're going to add that in. I would like to get some denim colors and neckerchiefs and things like that in. That will be interesting to see. Oops, I got the yellow in there. Too wet, so we'll have to wait to work on that some more. But that's okay. I'll get it in there. Get the soft form in there. Yeah, so yeah, this is a test for sure of my skills. So do faces, do them on here. Let's see, keep going until we like it. That's actually my motto. This is supposed to be a pancake hat. I don't have my reference pictures because I don't have enough technology to have a copy of that at the same time. But I am okay with that. I've decided that I'm going to get more books and just use it as an opportunity to be not screen timed up, you know? Yeah, so we're just going for it. They're men. I want them to be kind of rugged. This is the main bad guy here, down here. He's supposed to be a watchful thinker guy. His name is Bruce Coe, and we are trying to make him a little bit, this one, he passes away right at the beginning of the book, but he wears an orange neckerchief. And so I'm going to put that on him, even though he's be out of the story. Yeah, that's kind of fun, actually. Get that in there. Whew. Take a breather. Let this catch some dry at first here. We're getting going. This guy is Lee McCarty, and I'm so impressed when I look at this. He has so many brush strokes. Even in this book, even though it's a print, you can kind of see how many brush strokes he has. I'm sure he's an oil painter, but just by looking at this, which I want to try oil paints, but I'm chicken. I have them waiting for me, and I'm seriously chicken. So we'll get there on that for now. All right, so let's get some smaller marks with this one in. Let's get these lips in here a little bit. Like I said, I've never really drawn mustaches, but they're definitely weird because it's like you can't see their upper lip, but a little bit. And I want these guys to look exactly the same. And I'm a little bit sad in the perspective that I picked because you can't do handguns and make them gunslingers. But this is a little bit softer and shaded. Yeah, so I'm an art journaler and I do the artist way for creativity, inspiration. And I actually went on my artist date to the tulip fields, which is going to be coming on one of my next videos. And I'm pretty excited to have the way of life coming forward in my season of life. Like it's kind of nice that way. And yeah, so this is Jack Harris. He is a cook. He has struggles in this book. They're in a den of thieves is basically kind of where my characters end up. And this guy is definitely one of them. I want him to have that Fu Manchu look. And when I do the writing, sometimes I pick a famous person, sometimes I pick somebody that I know from my community, from my church, and I write it down in my description. So before I came on here, I went to those and I tried to look up a few and catch some significant face markings that were there, and tried to get a little bit captured. And yeah, it was not as easy to get ready for this as I thought it would be, but we'll get it done. So, but I have a desire to be able to do portraits that look like people, and I'm finding that the common theme is that you have to log some hours and get some experience before you can trust what you do. And so in some ways that's part of what I'm doing here is just catching up with my logged hours and trying to make sure that I'm being honest with the efforts of learning. And when I learn for book writing, I read a lot of craft books and I study that way. But with painting, I decided that I wanted to I want to get that guy's forehead back. I just did hair over it, but let's get his hair up higher. I just want to I want to learn from videos and stuff. I don't want to have to slow down and read. I read a ton for my work and for what I do for a living. So we want to do a little bit different. Got to remember which way my light is coming from. Yeah, this isn't that great already. I can kind of tell. We'll get better as we go here. So yeah, so I'm learning, and this is the layer one. We'll get some gouache in here when this dries up a little bit, get some ink in there. I'll do some acrylic pens too. And like I said, this is for a book. I'm a novelist, and I have the story I'm writing right now has 5 bad guys. So if you're listening to me, are you a portrait person? Are you just art in general? I'm trying to catch these guys as caricatures so that I can put it up on my wall and use it to hold me with who the characters are. But I'm not experienced with drawing beards and mustaches and all of that. It's actually kind of new. So, um, oops, I did that light from the wrong way. So remember the yellow patch here is because I've decided I'm going to make this, try to make that where the light is coming from to help me. And this guy's hair is looking like his skin too, so we'll have to get in there. And when I'm writing my story, I'm struggling a little bit because I can't remember which guy's bald, which guy is flamboyant. That's what this red scarf is. Which guy is a little bit younger, mouthy. This guy right here, Bruce Coe, he's the baddest of them all. So we got to catch his personality in there. And he's a watcher. He's a little bit more mature, so that's why he's looking a little bit older. And I'm hoping to catch his character good that way with this. He's kind of a square-faced guy. I have his eyebrows down here and up here. And I think these ones are the right ones, so we better get rid of those. Isn't that important to have 2 sets of eyelashes or eyebrows? Let's try to get those out. I think this is decent enough paper that I can scrub it out a little bit. Oh, maybe that was supposed to be his forehead texture, maybe. Yeah, so yeah, they'll get there. These will get there. Not happy with this one at the minute. He doesn't have enough forehead, so let's give him some forehead back. There. So that was a little bit of gouache that made me go cover up the pen drawing, which helped. Um, I should probably have cowboy hat on these 2 guys, but they're gonna block the view of this one. So kind of like him. This guy has a big old beard. How do you make gray hair? I'm not even sure. I am, oops, a little bit yellower than I wanted. But I am working on being a little bit fast because, and if I do multiple paint, oops, that's sad. His lips were just right. If I work on multiple works at one time, then I tend to stay loose. Maybe it makes my impatient nature a little bit happy too, to have a little bit of quick work, you know. Look at this. He's kind of coming. I'm not at the point yet where I can really know very well if I do something right or wrong, if I know why. Like, I'm not very good at that yet. But that's what you're supposed to be doing, is doing it to learn, right? These are coming together. I kind of noticed that these guys, they're all a little bit older, so kind of have a little bit more of a squint in their eyes. So I'll get some. I don't think that helped at all. This guy's his proportions need a little bit of help. Hi, how are you? Tinker's wife, you have been such medicine to me. I feel like I've been waking up my channel and you're the only one who's consistently watching. So you need to know, actually, you should I should get you I would love to send you a little thank you. So I don't know how to reach out, but I would love to send you a little thank you. And thank you for being on here because it's company, which makes me so much more natural. So, what I'm doing compared to last time, will you remind me what your first name is? I don't remember, and I'm sorry. I remember, and actually, I don't think you live that far from me. And I would love to know how you're doing in the season of widow, being a widow. If, but I want to expand and do the gardening and continue to enjoy the gardening, but I want to hit all facets of my creative life, and so that I can video more freely and catch all the layers. And you have been a fan. It's been helping me. You've been telling me that it's been okay. So that's been nice to hear from. And so these are characters that are in my next novel, and I'm trying to catch a gang of bad guys in my painting here so that I can put it up there. Up, hang on, I'm going to show you. If you look up in my office, the ceiling has, I have places I can hang things. There's over on this side, there's more. And I have storyboards when I'm writing. Hubbard, yes, Patty, that's right. And you move, but oh, you were okay. So you're in Hillsborough now, which is still not that bad, but you're closer to family. Oh, I love that too for you. I hope that's better for you. I definitely since I lost my mom back then, but I've lost my mother-in-law, and so my father and my dad and my father-in-law are both widows, and widowers, widow. I always get that backwards, whichever one's the right way to say it. And it's such a intense season of life, right? And so, yeah, I'm glad you're closer to family. That makes me happy. And I wondered if you were going to do your YouTube stuff again, because you were doing it pretty consistent there for a while. Oh, they are both now called widows. Okay, that actually helps me too. Go Patty for the win. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been slow going. It was I have more, it looks like I have more followers than I definitely do, because my subscribers are up from over time, but my goodness, it's like just, and I'm doing it for weird reasons. I'm doing it because I I feel like I want to get to know this part of who I am, and I'm an outside learner. Like, I learn with a sounding board, but I don't want to wear my poor family out. So I'm doing it to the World Wide Web. And when you do YouTubes, you have to figure out what you're going to say and how you're going to say it, and it's not easy to do. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So these aren't going to be the most amazing, because I'm actually new at this, but it is a long-term goal of mine, has been for years, to be able to do portraits. Out of all the things to paint, I'm very captivated by doing portraits, and I'm not very good at it, so I don't know why I want to be good at it, but I do. So we have to do our time. Yeah. Oh, you are? Did you barely started? You just barely started. Okay. So I will reach out and find some of yours to watch and give you some watch time too, because it does help. It helps if you don't feel alone. And even if one person is witness to what you're doing, then it just kind of helps. So in this story, I have a band of horse thieves. That's these guys who enter into my hero and heroine's life. And they have to, I have to rant in a book. You have to keep track of them, present them uniquely enough that they can hold their own, and then also kill them off because it's like an old fashioned western where we're gonna we gotta have these guys move out of their lives, right? They can't just win. Good versus evil. The good guys win. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to catch it. So these are what, Patty? What are you gonna do on your channel? What's your new take? Like, what are you? If you're adding to it, what's your voice gonna be on there? What are you working on? Oh, I would love to know because it's no easy feat, but it is entertaining and it's fun and it gives you something to aim for. All right, so I'm actually not disappointed with how this is turning out. So the big features, so this guy down here, he's the most passive in here, but he's the bad guy. He's the last standing bad guy. This guy's already dead. One of these guys took him out. Um, this guy is supposed to look like Rick Rubin, if you know who he is. This one has his a bandito feel, and so we're catching that. And it's gonna be set up around, these guys are gonna be interacting with Fort Vancouver and the Hudson Bay Company and Oregon City, all that stuff. So, but I want to be able to put this up on my wall and remember which guy's bald. I'll put some more writing up here and journal it in to get it to really say who they are. Yes. Okay. So that's watercolor and that's my base. And thank you. I'm going to switch to gouache. Are you, Patty? I would imagine that you're a jack of all trades like most people are. I'm going to show you some fun. So these are got this at a garage sale and it is like a little tiny like note card thingy, but I'm going to paint through it. Like they're so tiny, fast and tiny little art. And like I said, I don't know what kind of art I want to do. I obviously know from my writing what my voice is, but I don't know this. And I find that when I'm facing edits and stuff, I made this one. I made this one out of this thing down here had a piece of paper on the top that had their like brand logo written on it. So I cut it down and I actually stitched it together and made a little book. And I'm thinking about loading this one with birds because I kind of run to the same thing. And that's the thing about painting. It's what everyone does, but everybody does it a little bit different. So, and I made this one a cover on this one. This one came with one of those little tiny magnetic easels but what I've been doing in here is making it a gratitude thing. So I have paintings with like hashtag short phrase gratitude stuff. And again, the faces because I'm trying. I really am trying. I know I have a ways to go, but these are plein air, quick sketches outside. And like I said, I'm still not sure if I'm going to be abstract. 'Cause, like this is totally abstract, but I like it. But it's of nothing. Like I'm still a little confused how paintings can be of nothing and yet they still feel satisfying. And obviously, she's not very good either. Perspective. But this was like less than 5 minutes, so I'm actually kind of happy with that for as fast as it is. But progress. We got to do the time. Do the time. Thank you, Patty. You're just making my day on here. Okay, so what I want to do now is open up I think I'm going to do these guys. I have found, my dad got these at a garage sale for $2. $2 for a set of these ones. And what I have figured out with these is that I can dip them in the water. Like, here's a flesh colored one, so this won't show up that great. But if I dip it in my water and then I come in, it's a little bit heavier, like it's darker. Yeah. Okay. So you are a painty person. I figured you would be. You kind of have that you know, a lot of times gardeners, like book writers are gardeners and painters and all of that, you know, like it kind of is a crossroads. And I figured that you guys might be too. So I'm getting this one wet. We want to give this guy big showy buttons. And maybe I'll turn them a little bit more gold because they're too close to the scarf here, but I definitely like this medium. These are so fun. And so in my book right now, I'm 50% of the way done. So some of these guys, I know the outcome of their life, and some of them it hasn't been written yet. So, but I kind of know where they're going. So, but I got to make sure. It's always annoying when you can't remember where in your story where these guys land. And I don't want to be, I'm not a realist. I don't have the patience for the realism. It takes too much time. So I want to be just as fast as lightning, like when I do my work here. So, ooh, I kind of just like that. See how thick and chunky some of this is? This is just, oh, yes. And, but this is going to go up. And see, for a while, I went to storyboards inside notebooks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to use, actually, I can't see all of that. In pastels, wow, that's pretty good control because were they like oil-based pastels? Because that's taking, you got to take that as a challenge, man. Yeah. Yeah, I just like using my supplies. I bought the supplies and then it's very easy for me to consider them as precious. And so the season of life I'm in, being a grandma, being in a different phase, I'm like, let's use them. Let's not hold them so precious that we never actually get them used. So I don't like this line here, so we're gonna edit in. So, and what's been interesting to me, so I've been falling back into painting more because when I've been doing the artist way, which is a journaling process to help you keep your creativity going. And I haven't been dealing with burnout, but sometimes, I wanted my gouache. So we're going, so these the kind of pastels you're talking about, Patty? Like those kind or actual chalky ones? These ones are oil ones, right? And if I do those, I have to do them last because I can't do color on top. But these are, gouache is an opaque watercolor. I'm assuming you already knew that, but we're going to add that in. And the one thing I like is the opacity for skin and stuff. You get to add like dimension in texture. This guy that I am copying, he's pretty amazing. Oh, the chalk, okay. Yeah, and everything just takes time, so you have to kind of figure out what you're going to spend that time doing. Where you're at with your family, do you have a garden resource to play in, Patty? I love gouache because I actually like acrylic. I think I would probably love oils. Have not done oils because I'm super intimidated by the cleanup and the minerals, you know, all the solvent stuff. I feel like it's almost requires more patience than maybe I have. So, but literally I have right here, I have a whole plate of them and I'm ready to use them. And I'm just so intimidated. I'm actually thinking about turning on this live or making a recording of doing it for the first time because you know you only get your first time once. And yeah, I'm really intimidated and very intimidated, but I kind of want to just get in there and rip that band-aid off and make it my own. And who knows what the future brings. You know, sort of planning on living a long time, not in a hurry to go anywhere. So uh, we'll see what staying busy looks like. Um, I mean, I don't know if I heard you answer yet about whether you have a garden in your place of work right now. And I'm a big mixed media, which that's not always everybody's cup of tea either. So um, I am like, this is a pretty good example where I'm mixing it all up. I wonder what color shirt I should put on this guy. Probably just this color. Long story. Hopefully you're in good health. It's been so long. It could be otherwise. And life is. I had a season of caregiving with my mother-in-law. She passed in my house last summer. So that kept me in the busies, which there's always something, right? Okay, so I wish I had this guy to look at for perspective because I think this is looking a little cartoony now. We don't want that, but I don't know how to fix it. Sometimes I can see him, I can fix it, but love mixed media, yay. Well, this is only going to be okay, but okay, so I did give myself a plate because I like to mix my colors, and most of the time I just mix it right in the tray. I'm terrible at counting it, not mixing them together. Yeah, my mom passed clear. I think my mom passed away when we were friends before. I think it happened, it was in 2019, but my mother-in-law passed this last summer in my living room, which was a beautiful honor and a difficult thing, as it is for most people. And I was honored, very honored, and learned a ton about stuff that you don't always want to learn about. Yeah, but I've also become a grandma since you've talked with me. I have 3 grandbabies now, and I love it. That's actually part of what I want to do on my channel too, is just enjoy the season of life that I'm in. And it's so very different than when you have littles at home. My grandbabies are close enough I get to help and be a part. Um, but I am on 3, and there's 3 of them now, and there's going to be 2 more by the end of this year. But like, I don't know, this life is moving pretty fast. Oh, I think I might have overworked him just a tiny bit there. Get some. I accidentally got the blue up on his face, but I kind of like it. It's like a little bit of a throwback to his other colors. So, yeah. You have great grands. My goodness, isn't that crazy? Like it just, if you're lucky, you get older. It's one of the hardest things you do, but it only happens to some, right? Like, I don't know quite how to do this guy. He's got kind of wonky long hair, but no beard. Too much the same there. This is 2 boys, 2 girls. Lovely. I have a 3-year-old grandson. Actually, you probably saw him on the videos doing the little voice recording. That's what I caught. I don't want to do a lot of them because it's obviously not about them and not safe necessarily, but I have permission from their mamas and daddies to do just a tiny bit to catch it in our family history, Ooh, that's a little too pink, looking a little something extra there. I need to blot that one out, I think. So, but then the next little girl is 1, and then Grayson is 4 months, and he's already 17 pounds, so he's going to be a lunk. His dad and mom are really tall and big, so yeah, that will be fun. Oh, so you get to be a part of that. That's kind of fun. That's really fun. Well, I'm very happy for you to be surrounded by family, even if it's not, it's not the ideal season. This thing that we do getting older is not for the faint of heart. So, all right. This little ear in here. Hmm. Um, so yeah, so I started planting, as you can see. Actually, what I was excited about today is out my office window, which is again right over there. That's where I write my books and stuff. And when I sit there, I can see down, and there's an actual like mucky little pond thing there. And we've been here for since 2002 January, and we've never had like ducks or anything land. We have the kind, and they'll come to that, and they'll be in the back field, but never that little tiny body. It's so tiny. It's actually kind of nasty. And they were in it today. I had a pair of mallards in there. I was wishing that I could stop what I was doing and do this stuff, do the painting of it, but I didn't quite have the opportunity to do that. Okay, so still not fond of my guy's forehead. Let's get it to come up a little more. Bring it out. That helped a little bit. Let's see if we can. So you live close enough to watch those grandbabies grow, huh? Yeah, okay. So gouache helped like crazy. Now I want it to wait for just a second for it to soak in a little bit, and then I'm gonna do pen. Hopefully I have a pen that'll go over this, even though it's moist still. I it with this thing. Um, Oh, well, mine are new at it, and my son Sam is trained one of the dogs, the puppies that we raised last year. He has one, so it's a year old, and it's passing its hunt and field test dog stuff and doing super fantastic. Retrieved like 50 birds this year, which, uh, that's part of our future that's coming. We'll be doing a little bit more of that kind of stuff. And so it's very delightful. Okay, so let's do green eyes on this guy. We don't have a variation here, so a little green in here. This poor sucker's not alive in my book already, so I feel like I should draw like skull and crossbones or something dramatic, but we don't need to be that morbid, do we? And we'll do hazel on his. This is accurate. I am very pleased. This is being too bad. So, and this will do exactly. I wish that I could take you on a little tour and show you what I do for my stories, because it's a fun process all by itself. I was talking earlier, and one of the things I figured out is that when I'm doing a lot of my editing journey, if I get to the point where I'm dealing with a little bit of burnout or just feeling like I'm doing the discipline, like the dirt, laundry, and dishes of the writing world, then if I get myself into a creative niche doing something, even if it's one of these little guys, these little 5-minute sketchies, then it's like it pops up all of this energy and creativity, and it makes me feel like I'm protecting my health and well-being, and I am very very interested in that. I don't know if you remember, but I dealt with long haul COVID for like 18 months and was super sick, and I'm not interested in going back there. That was my nervous system got stuck upside down. This guy is still looking a little soft over here. He's looking a little non-masculine. So what can we do? Get some of this chocolate brown in his collar and settle out just a little bit more here. So excited about these days, Patty. What brings you joy? And you said you started up YouTube. So how many do you have? Did you come back before me, or are you talking like fresh? Yeah, that's a real thing. My dad definitely experienced that too. Now my dad's dating again, so having a dating parent is an interesting experience. He's got a good picker, and the gal he's interested in at the minute knew my mom and loved her dearly, so that makes it easier. But it's definitely different, definitely strange. All right, so I feel like I'm almost at the point where if I add, it's gonna mess more. Like, yeah, not long ago. Oh, not long ago is when you started it. I forgot which question I asked you. That's always good. Ask a question and then run away. Okay, this guy's supposed to be a little bit, well, supposed to be a little bit darker skinned, but I'm not sure quite how to do that without, it's silly. So this, that helped. Kind of like that look a little bit. As long as it doesn't look like facial hair, then we're good. We looking like Texas? Are we looking like cowboys here? Something's wonky on that guy. Don't know how to fix him. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's do this, Patty. What else are we gonna do? I actually have been watching a lot of videos about longevity and people that live into their 90s, and to stay alive to living is not an easy feat. It's very easy for people to lose their taste for living, like they get bored of living and they get just stuck. And the health and medical field has a way of keeping people alive these days, but not necessarily healthy. Like you can lose your independence and live a long time, so you got to protect it. But also, I feel like doing this kind of stuff, it keeps your brain sharp. You keep learning. You stay up to technology. It keeps you relevant to the people in your life that have conversation, dialogue about new things like that with you, and it just helped me. And this one lady I was watching, she was like 50 years old when she started yoga practice, and then by the time she was 60, she was teaching. And in this video, she was 103 years old, and she was the bendiest old lady you've ever seen, and she was very happy to be alive. And there's a lot of, if you watch enough videos of people that are over 100 years old, there's a bit of a trick to staying invested in and staying alive. Like it's hard work because most of the people that you know and love have gone on, and it can be tricky to stay interested in living. Okay, so I'll show you up close a little bit. I'm going to hit this with white and black. uh, I'm hoping for a pen that will hold its own. This one might, if it has good ink in it. On top, we're using the non-bleeding kind here, if we can. And then I like to use, I'm not real happy with this one. I still have this way of, they look cartoony or something. And I'm hoping to improve it. Like, I feel like, and I don't know, maybe that's the type of paints and everything mixed with my skill set being young, but yeah, I just sometimes when I do, like I'll show you right behind me here, I have this is a portrait one. Yeah, that's actually true too. And with the handwriting. And so this is a portrait only book where I'm, if I get to the end of this, then I'll have learned a few things and trying to get proportions right and stuff like that. And every once in a while, I'll do one where I like it. Like actually, this was satisfying to me because I saw this off of somebody's just random pictures and I felt like it looked like good art, like the balance and the making of it. And but in some of these, like I feel like they're okay, but they still look very um I don't know, they're just not quite the thing. We're overworked, proportions a little off. These ones are like when I look at these, when I first did them, I was so proud of them, and now I because they're so awkward looking, especially on a camera. They look um But then every once in a while you get one that's pretty close, like something about it is right. And I like the colors, the contrasting colors a little bit wilder, that's kind of fun too. And and the other thing is that I'm just trying to keep going. I'm trying to keep painting. And this was my most recent one. She's all right. And so, but they're still like they look a little anime. And I don't know why I'm expecting myself to draw real paintings because I don't want to be a realist. So I think that I end up doing two things. Like I try to get too real when I'm just an abstract person. And yeah, that feels like it shouldn't be. So I might put some of these acrylic pen in there, which I may regret, but I just need, I don't know what I need. Just need a little bit of depth, and I'm not sure how to get it in there. So I'm just adding some contrast. This one I know is not a good color, so I'm going to use some black and get some. Yeah, that helped a little bit, but also didn't help. So yeah, you know what? I could see you doing even like, did you ever do like a illustrated journal, like a nature journal or something like that? Like that, I could see that being your cup of tea too. Just with, you were kind of an observer, right? Part of who you are. And so yeah, we get this. Adding these little tiny lines here. Not sure if I like it or not. These pancake hats are kind of hard to not look cartoony too. So, yeah. I definitely like trying. That's all there is to it. So, oh, it does. Okay. I don't want white space in here. Yeah, I can feel myself thinking, so I'm probably being a bit boring because my mind is trying to I'm thinking about the backgrounds. Like, can we pop these forward a little bit with the backgrounds? Because the backgrounds they're just basically floating heads. So there's some of that. I want to do the eyeballs and stuff. Never did a nature journal. Oh, that might be kind of fun because then you just get to draw whatever you're looking at, whether it's your great grandbabies or out your window or whatever. And there's a lot. I think there's a lot of value these days in just being calm and calmly approaching your nervous system that way. Okay, so we're gonna get the eyeballs in. This one's still wet. Oh my gosh, I made that one worse. That happens, doesn't it? All right. It might be the case with all of them where we're gonna overwork it a little bit here. I mostly just wanted to do the eyes, so maybe I'll stick with the eyes. Hard to do the eyes when they're still wet, and a bunch of these are still wet. I I just know that you can't really get good at something unless you do it, and I would rather jump in and do and spend some years doing so I can the other side of that process. And and I've just decided that nobody really has to give you permission to be an artist or creative, and so uh, I just want to do it. I want to. I don't know that I'll ever really have a need to do art with the idea for profit, like to publish it or whatever. I already do that with the books. It's hard enough to do that. So I don't know that I want a whole nother thing to manage and do. And this guy's nose was wider, but I don't know how to do that. Let's see here. And I added his, yeah, I'm kind of wrecking these guys. I think that they were better before I started in here with this pen. So I always say keep going. If you're in an ugly phase, just keep going. So we might prove ourselves right here. So, well, I root for you, Patty. This YouTube thing is always weird. It's weird to me that I would want to do that too, because it's just so much work. Like, why would I want to do it? But I definitely have. There's this. I talk about this on some of my videos. There's this thing called being a polymath, which I think, is actually supposed to be for really smart people who actually like master engineering or something like that. Phonology wheel? Nope. Is that like the color wheel? I don't know about the phonology wheel. I don't know what you're talking about. So, um, yeah, but I do like it when it's art. It's art about my writing world, and so my two worlds are combining. My two knowledge bases are bumping against each other, and I find that to be inspiring and helpful when when thing you learn in one space can cross over to another. So, is it for drawing heads and stuff? Is that what it is? Give this guy's another chance at having a shiny forehead. He needs help. I don't know what to do with him. A little bit improvement there. He got his nose back. Trying to decide if I want to bail before I overdo this. And is that even possible? It's like a calendar in a wheel form. Oh, that's interesting. Is it for the date, like for tracking life? Is that what it is? Or is it something else entirely? All right. Okay, so I haven't even written eyeballs break. Oh, yeah. Yes, there's definitely a trick to this. So I'm trying to make his. Ah, there we go. I had accidentally put his eyebrows on there twice, but I don't think it was. I think I was trying to do those lines because this guy's older. He's the watcher, and he's the one who's anticipating all these guys to be younger and dumber than him. That's what we're trying to catch. Wisdom in here. Okay, so I'm actually going to be okay with this pretty quick. I'm actually pretty happy with this representation. I'm going to do the white. I like doing white. So Let's get a tinier brush. Is this one gonna do it? This one's got, yeah. So this is, I don't know, it's some kind of modeling paint for, it's probably just an acrylic, but I just like it because it's super opaque. And it catches the little dots in the eyeballs. This one's still wet, so I'm not going to really get that one super much. Doc Martens white. Oh, I bet. Is that like for the shoe, like for actual Doc Martens? Because that makes sense, actually. I've never drawn a bald guy. I've never drawn mustaches or goatees. Yeah, I'm not. This was a bit of a learning one. Looks similar. Interesting. Yeah, white, having a white base. I actually want to this with calligraphy ink just to see if it bleeds through, because I really like painting with calligraphy ink if it doesn't bleed through, but most of the time it bleeds through. So I'll just see. That guy got a little bit better with that touch. Maybe this guy does too. Did they get better? Are they improving, or am I killing them out? I'll have to hold it up here in just a second. I'm gonna go back in later and put the black pupils in their eyes a little bit better, but it's hard to do it with wet going on. Here, what do you think? Was that an improvement to these? They're actually holding it up, because I don't know why, but when you hold it up to a camera, it so looks like all of your flaws show up. Like this looks so much better in person than when I'm showing you right there. When I'm showing you just has issues, and I'm okay with that, part of the process. But yeah, I don't know. Oops, push that so hard. I got makes me want to keep trying, like doesn't make me want to give up like that. So but I don't know what the secret is to making them not look like like cartoonies. Yeah, I just don't know. Like I don't know what people do that makes that part cross over. But I figure it's one of those things that you experience easier than you uh, try to be told or shown. This guy looks slightly different than I want to, but same thing. Better. You think it looks a little better? I don't know. Holding it up again, and then I'm looking at my camera. You were taught the structure first, like the structure of the faces. Yeah, I don't know. They are looking a little better. I think they're a little bit better, but not good. Like, just okay. But that's what I'm doing. That's a right of the. They say if you go look at a professional painter and you get inspiration from them, that you should go back to look at their beginning work, because their beginning work looks so different than their end work. And yeah, so this pen is not going to show up good. Hmm. Yeah, so it's hard to tell that they're actually bad guys without being able to do like the like a revolver or something like that would really pop that out. But so, all right, where's my? Oh, I left this open anyway, so I should probably hit it again. Get those. Got some black in there, so now we can get the contrast of the. Too much water. Makes you notice things when you start doing this, though. Noticing what things look like around you, and it's a great big beautiful world that we live in. Kinds of crazy stuff in it too. But so today they were working with me on book cover for book 5 and the edits for book 4 at the same time. So I was having to switch back and forth between those, which felt a little crazy, but also exciting. Okay, I'm done. We're going to stop now. I think that there should be something different about this guy's hat. It looks too almost straight across. I'm sure it has to do with the shadows. In fact, let's do a shadow. Let's do a fleshy, yellowy colored shadow. Just a little bit here. And I'll do that a little bit wet. And does that help it look a little less? A little more interest. Okay, holding it up. Inspection time. Did it help any? Are we looking a little bit more Ooh, the guy all the way on the right, the Baldy's looking a little bug-eyed. We made his eyes too pop outy. Better and more better, huh? A little bit, but I think I might just stop for now because I feel like if I don't let it dry, I'm gonna mess up. I say that and then I go and I reach for. We go. Let's go for it. Let's get this guy's eyes a little bit better. So his head is gonna come in like that. His ear is gonna be out there. I made my center guy have girly eyelashes, too much eyelashes, but oh, I got my pen a little wet, so it's not very happy with me now. So I did like that I brought that ear in. So where is my black bigger pen? What did I do? Oh, right there. All right, not so bad about that. Let's go. I do. Okay, so I didn't like the ones that shake like this for a long time. And now those are the ones I want. And this I don't want super much, but these are hard to tell if there's any more in them because there's no way to like shaky do it out. So I don't think I would buy these again, even though I have enjoyed using them. I think I would something with the shaker in it first because ooh, we're gonna go. I changed his face. He almost looks oriental or something now, and he's not really supposed to be. But I do like the interest of having this green color. What do you think? I added a green into his face. I do like adding extra weird colors, but I'm not sure. Not sure. Vote though. There we go. Well, a couple other people have passed through, but Patty, you've been good company for me down there. And this will go up on my wall, and I'm gonna take so this little cheater that I wrote, that I had, that I was started with, I can actually cut this up and put the little paragraphs on here with the characters so that I have a little cheat, and that's what I'm gonna do. So not bad. It'll get the job done. Gives me a chance to check it out. But sometimes if I wait a day and come back, then if I come back in, I can actually rescue it a little bit more. And you got it only a little bit more, and it starts to get interesting, right? Like we're almost at the interesting point already. So, but yeah, let it dry real good. Take a break from it. Come back to it. I might do that. Still looks a little too cartoony for me on the camera. If I look at it in real life, it's funny how like they can look different which angle I spin it towards you. Like they can look more real, or like the perspective changes just with the camera. If you get the camera angled, it'd be different. It's always kind of interesting. It's like a play of light or something. So yeah, he's looking at you. So, okay. Well, I'm off here for now. Thank you for the company. I have appreciated it. I very much thank you, Patty. Really, it was hard to be alone. And the last one I had like 50 people in here. So I don't know what the difference is. I don't know how to do this. But I'm not doing it for the people. But eventually I would like to have a handful of people just so that I don't feel like I'm alone. But it is what it is. I will see you next time. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, how do I even stop this?